Today is Monday, the start of a new week, and I figured that for sure we would get at least some type of information, maybe a few answers as to what is going on with the young woman that was cooked alive inside of a Walmart oven. I know that they don't release too much information over the weekend, and I figured today would be the day because the longer this drags out, the more people are going to speculate. And it's not like Chucky is going to admit to it anytime soon.
No more Mr. Good Guy.
Yeah, he's not going to tell us what went down, so we're going to have to figure this out on our own. Now, just in case you weren't aware, I still think this was some sort of freak accident. I think that Walmart is responsible for this, but the majority of the people weighing in on this story, hell, the majority of you all in the comments think that there's something else going on. And I'll admit, as the days go by and the more little bits of information we get, my explanations as to what may have happened kind of have been blown out the window. I mean, when I first heard this story, I figured that Walmart hired someone that wasn't experienced, that didn't know what they were doing. They didn't give them the proper training, and then they got trapped in an oven, right? That's what I figured. But it turns out the girl was working there for a couple of years. And her mother was working there too. And now there's rumors that there was possibly a boyfriend or a love interest working there. But then again, we don't know if that's true or not. This is just what the internet is saying. And there are some of her co-workers who have been saying things online. For example, from what we're hearing, from what I've heard, I can't confirm this to be true or not. Some people are saying that her phone and her glasses were found elsewhere outside of the oven. So I don't know what's going on with that either. But at first I was thinking, maybe this was someone who didn't have the proper training, who probably had no business working there, and they kind of threw her to the wolves, like, hey, go cook all of this stuff in the oven, and didn't even teach her how to do it. But if she had been working there for a couple of years, maybe that explanation can just be thrown out of the window, right? And then when I pictured these ovens, I was picturing something different. And we have all of these Walmart employees, dozens of Walmart employees that work in the bakeries that have come out. They've filmed videos, they've done demonstrations about how these ovens actually work. And it doesn't seem easy to get trapped in one of these ovens. I was thinking that, hey, if you got to clean out the oven, maybe you got to get all the way in there. But that's not even how they clean out these ovens either. And it seems to be extremely hard to close the door. Most of these ovens don't have locks. In fact, sources from the Walmart where this girl was cooked alive say there was no lock on this oven. So it's weird. It's weird. I'll admit it's weird. I still don't want to think the worst, but the worst is obviously possible. But what I do want to do is I want to talk about some other situations that have gone down at Walmart. Because I don't think people realize how often Walmart employees have horrible things happen to them. And 9 times out of 10, you'll never hear about it. Especially if it's not as a sensational headline like girl gets trapped in an oven. But yeah, man, there's a lot of work-related accidents at Walmart. In fact, I think there's more work-related accidents at Walmart as opposed to any other employer, maybe in the world. Don't quote me on that, okay? I'm just trying to think about information that I read a while ago. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know that definitely one of the highest rates of employee injuries is at Walmart. But then again, they are a gigantic employer. There's stores all over the place with each store has dozens of employees. But let's go ahead and dive into this article. And as we do, I want you all to, pay attention to this clip that I'm showing because people are going to be demonstrating, how hard it is to actually get locked into these ovens. Walmart's deadly workplace laid bare amid walk-in oven death. Staff poisoned, amputated, and crushed by forklifts. A 19-year-old Walmart employee who was baked to death inside a large oven has raised questions about the company's safety practices. Gossamer Carr's charred remains were discovered inside an industrial oven at a store in Halifax, Nova Scotia, in Canada last Saturday. But the multi-billion-dollar retail giant has a long list of deadly incidents at its locations across the U.S. and Canada, including a grandmother who was crushed to death by a forklift at a Walmart warehouse in Texas in February. Other grisly injuries involve a worker who suffered from carbon monoxide poisoning from a malfunctioning freezer, a female staffer who lost her baby after slipping near an ice machine, and a man whose fingers were cut off by a meat slicer. Damn, I could feel that one in my pinky. Walmart has the second... Okay, I was wrong. Walmart has the second highest worker injury rate in the U.S., with 3 serious incidents per 100 full-time workers, according to Strategic Organizing Center, a coalition of some of the country's biggest labor unions. But it also employs more people than any company in the U.S., with more than 1.6 million staff members in stores and distribution centers. A company spokesperson says that its safety record is consistent with or better than that of U.S. retail peers. However, some injured employees have said that Walmart has failed to take immediate medical action in the past. David Bradshaw, age 30, died in March after collapsing in a break room and was allegedly denied medical attention for over an hour. He collapsed during a shift at a Shelby, North Carolina distribution center. Bradshaw fell face down on the floor and appeared to have a seizure near the break room. His mother, Linda, says that there was a period of time that he was laid there when he collapsed that they did not call 911. No one called 911 at all. They just left him lying there on his face. Employees claimed there was an AED on site, but it was locked and only used by someone who had been trained. Meanwhile, Elena Rios, 68, was working a shift at a warehouse in Fort Worth, Texas in February when she was crushed beneath a forklift and a pallet rack. Rios, a mother of 4 and a grandmother of 13, had been employed at Walmart for 10 years and was certified to operate forklifts and other heavy machinery. She had been operating the forklift at the time of the accident. Shockingly, the family first learned about the fatal accident on the news and was giving conflicting information about what occurred. I need to pause right there. So these are 2 crazy deaths that have happened just this year. And as you heard right there, the family wasn't even notified that their mother, their grandmother, was killed at Walmart. They found out on the news, and then when they found out, they were giving conflicting stories, different information to everyone they talked to. Sounds familiar, right? Because here we are. It's been over a week since this girl baked alive in an oven, and we have no answers. And I guarantee you, they're trying to give the family the runaround, okay? They're trying to give someone the runaround because that's what Walmart does. They have a history of doing this, and that has been already proven. But let's go forward. The family still doesn't even know exactly what caused her death. Walmart closed the facility for the day after Elena was killed and offered counseling and other resources to its associates. However, the family is unhappy with what they said was a complete lack of communication and transparency. Data from the Occupational Safety and Health Administration showed 571 incidents recorded between January 2015 and May 2022. That was second only to the United States Postal Service, with over 1,142 injuries. While all injuries are unfortunate, Walmart adapts policies, training, and practices to help prevent injuries and respond to emerging trends, the Walmart spokesperson said. The data does not support a view that working at Walmart presents a unique safety risk. Walmart's commitment to health, safety, and security is supported by strong policies, training, and proactive management. I'm sorry, I didn't want to pause, but I got to pause right there. Listen, I'm not trying to be rude here. Walmart hires just about anyone. And 90% of the people working at Walmart don't really get any training at all. And there's nothing wrong with working at Walmart at all. I know plenty of people that work at Walmart. But what we're not going to do is sit here and act like Walmart is the peak. I don't even know how to put it. We're not going to sit here and put Walmart on a pedestal that they don't deserve, right? We're not going to sit here and act like Walmart is the safest, cleanest environment with the most kind-hearted, well-trained employees. No, it's kind of the exact opposite, to be honest. So to sit here and act like Walmart is pristine, we have a pristine record. No, you don't. The amount of crazy things that I see when I go to Walmart on an average day, it will blow your freaking mind. So I'm not going to sit here and buy into this, oh, we do everything by the books. We make sure everything is running 100% correctly. No, you don't. No, you don't. But let's go forward. Cora's death last week is currently being investigated, and it is unclear how she became trapped in the oven. According to the community appeal, Cora's charred remains were found inside the walk-in oven in the bakery after a few hours by her mother, who also worked at the store. Janika Perry, age 38, also lost her life inside the giant store. On January 16th, 2022, Perry was working her bakery shift at Arkansas's North Little Rock location when she felt faint. She raised the problems to her manager, who allegedly told her to pull herself together due to the store being short-staffed. Perry had heart problems and diabetes, which she made aware to management when they hired her, but continued working to avoid being penalized. The pain continued for hours, forcing her to seek comfort in a bathroom stall toward the end of her shift. She sat in the white-tiled restroom for approximately 87 minutes trying to catch her breath, but then called 911 at 11:21 p.m. "I'm having difficulty breathing," she told the dispatcher between coughs. "I feel like I'm about to pass out." Medics arrived in 9 minutes, finding Perry unconscious on the floor, and rushed her to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead. In 2016, Ken Steele was run over by a semi-truck delivering goods to a Walmart superstore in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Steele, age 79, was a longtime employee at Walmart and retired, but picked up a part-time job. A police report showed that Steele was standing behind the Worldway freight transport rig, helping the driver back up closer to the offloading area when he was run over by the truck's trailer. Walmart has long been the go-to place for Black Friday deals, attended by crowds looking for the best and cheapest items. But the night of thrills at Walmart in Valley Stream, New York turned deadly for one employee in 2008 who was trampled to death. The employee found himself in the middle of a mob and was thrown onto his back as customers ran over him like a stampede. Detective Lieutenant Michael Fleming, who was in charge of the investigation for the Nassau Police, said the store lacked adequate security, which would have prohibited thousands of people rushing in at once. Donald Wells was employed at a Kentucky location in 2010 when he suffered injuries from exposure to carbon monoxide while working in a freezer. On June 7, 2014, Shamsi Duncan, who was pregnant at the time, reported to work at Walmart in Bossier City, Louisiana, where she slipped on a mat in front of a ready ice freezer and fell forward onto the ground. Later that afternoon, Duncan felt unwell and went into a hospital. There, hospital staff said she had lost her child. On Juneteenth 2018, an employee at a store in Hodgkins, Illinois, was cutting meat on a Hobart vertical band and struck his hand against the blade, amputating 2 fingers. So that's just a short list. These are just a few cherry-picked stories about tragedies and freak accidents and stuff that have happened at Walmart over the years. And listen, accidents happen. Accidents happen on the workplace all the time. Trust me, I would know. But what I will say is this. We already have somewhat of a documented history of families who lose loved ones inside of Walmart, because of these freak accidents. We have a documented history of Walmart not being transparent with them. We have a documented history of Walmart providing conflicting information to the families who are grieving their loved ones who tragically die while working at Walmart. So maybe that's why we're sitting here still waiting on answers, because Walmart is most likely not being transparent about what happened. Maybe Walmart isn't being as cooperative as we would like. And as I've already explained to you in the past, you could think that these investigators and the police, you could think that they're working for victims and they're working for you. I guarantee you they're working in the best interest of Walmart. They're going to be more concerned about covering Walmart's tracks and making sure Walmart has their story together before they come out and tell you what happened. If there's cameras, like there should be, like there are at every other Walmart, then this tragedy should have been caught on camera. So I don't understand why we're still waiting for answers. But who knows? A lot of people still seem to believe foul play is involved. And I'm in a position now where I can't tell you otherwise. I can tell you I think otherwise, but I have nothing. I have no evidence other than the history that Walmart has. There's nothing I can provide you that would make you feel any differently if you feel like this is foul play. Because all I have is my instincts. I think this is an accident. But then, like I've already pointed out, and I'm not afraid. Listen, I'm okay with being wrong. I'm okay with being wrong. I want to be right here because I don't want... Obviously, this girl suffered enough with how she passed away. I would hope that she wasn't suffering beforehand. I'm hoping that nothing was done to her, like she was essayed or something beforehand. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to get into the details. You guys just go ahead and let me know what you think down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.